after my sister died in 2017, she died from cancer, and I fell like into this thing where I became heavyset. So for just a few year period of my life, I was heavyset depressed. I snapped out of it. I lost the weight. I got a therapist. I was like, listen, if you have thin skin and you're afraid of getting heckled, you better go talk to someone about it. Hand on the doorknob. Someone's going to want to watch that video because they want to see what's on the other side of the door. Like I always say, start your video right at the gate with it. And that's how I am with comedy. Like people ask me for advice, or I've judged the competition. I tell people, this is just my approach. I'm going to have a zinger right at the gate. Right. Whether I find it right there in the audience or going off my set, I want your attention right away.
He robbed the same bank twice. And today he's one of the funniest rising comics in Boston. I'm Jason Reposa. After 25 years in tech and cannabis, I host High Functioning to show what actually works. Today's guest is Gary Bolles, stand-up comic and creator behind Boy from Boston 617. Gary went from opiate addiction to Snapchat paying him $95,000 for a 6-second clip of a cat. And now he's packing out rooms with crowd work, gritty Boston stories, and a father who steals every scene he's in. We get into addiction, reinvention through comedy, and how social media really works behind the scenes.
Clubs want like people with 50,000 or more followers at the major clubs. They'll look more to someone like that and be like, all right, they have a following, because what it is they can bring numbers in, or if they can
ticket
sell
sales.
Yeah, a certain amount of ticket sales. I definitely help punt sales for people I've done shows with through my social, because I over promote. I'm not like other people.
This is real strategy over hype. Let's dive in. Chew, wait, hope. Hard pass. Pocket uses micro and nano emulsification, so effects show up in about a quarter hour. It's the gummy experience without the gummy lag. Pocket your chill and keep moving.
My name is Gary Bolles. I do stand-up comedy and like comedy content online under Boy from Boston 617.
Boy from Boston was taken, so you did the 617.
Yeah, exactly. I actually try to do Guy from Boston because I'm like, I don't think I'm passing with the boy. With the, you know what I mean?
The whiskers,
yeah, the whiskers. But yeah, Boy from Boston 617 settled with.
I was gonna throw a number on it.
It was a stoner move. It was like one of those things I didn't really think it through, and it just all of a sudden, you know.
So now you're stuck with it, I think.
Stuck with it.
Yeah. So like, I know a little bit about you. I do have you. I follow you on online on the socials.
Yeah.
But like, you also have worked in the past with our social media manager, Julie.
Yes.
Like, how did that come up?
Yes, she found me online when she worked for another company to have me do content like other creators that did stuff for that, you know, that company too. So
You call it a Pure Oasis.
Yeah, Pure Oasis. Yeah, I went downtown with my father and I did a few videos for them, which is funny because my father's like a retired correction officer, captains.
Oh, is it really?
And I'm like the ex-con stoner, so like the dynamic between the two of us is hysterical. Not that he wasn't a stoner as well in his time, but like.
Yeah. So yeah, because there's definitely like a cannabis lean on your content too. Like you definitely push all types of stuff, but like there's definitely a lot of cannabis content that comes through that.
Yeah, I try to be careful because I'm on like my 5th TikTok account. Instagram's okay, Facebook Reels isn't as bad, like Meta and stuff. But TikTok, I'm on my 5th or 6th account. I've had to appeal over, and I'll even hide the marijuana jokes with the censorship and the algorithm as best as I can, or I think I can.
Right.
So I don't talk about it as much, but on my stories and stuff, yeah, cannabis is a big part of.
Do you think that's because stories, they kind of like police a little bit less kind of thing?
I feel, yeah, like when you start to go like viral and those type of views, I feel like they either shadow ban you or something because of cannabis. And I was saying to him before, like, I got to know growers in Maine and stuff who had to keep starting new Instagram pages because of.
Yep, that's what it's like. So we've already, I think we're only probably on our 2nd account, I want to say, but that's because we ended up having to hire a lawyer because there's real money involved for us, right? It's not like we're selling online, but it's like the marketing and social media presence alone is so valuable for us.
Of course.
So because we have a discovery problem, people just try to discover these products because advertising is so hard to do in cannabis that social media is one of the places where people can discover you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had to end up hiring a law firm to like send a letter to the Meta's legal team and basically say, hey, like, this is a company, they supply, like they're licensed, right? They're not, look at their content, they're not doing anything crazy. They're just talking about like, hey, we have a product kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, that's what drives me nuts about this. I mean, if you're going to legalize it, like how do you expect people to, even with the banks and everything, like,
right? It's risk.
All that stuff.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. But like I've talked to people and I'm like, how is this like how are we not able to buy alcohol and everything else just promote the show?
Everywhere. Yeah. High Functioning isn't your average cannabis podcast. It's where business, wellness, and culture collide with honest combos from people actually doing the work. Tap in at High Functioning Show and hit subscribe so you don't miss a drop. Now, back to the episode.
You know,
So, but the thing I think the big problem, of course, is that Massachusetts is legal, but not federally.
yeah.
So that's where Instagram, being a global company in a sense, right? They have like these different rules they have to follow through with, and who knows. Anyways, I did see something really quickly. So I found you on Cameo.
Yeah.
It says trolley driver.
I was,
Did you drive a trolley?
so we'll just go back for a second. In 2014, I was an opiate addict from like 19 to 32. I'm 44 today.
And from when? What?
From 19 to like 32 years old, I was a opiate addict for most of those years.
Wow.
Like perks to heroin for the last 3 years of it. I robbed the same bank twice on Broadway across from where I'm a regular capo. I robbed the Eastern Bank twice in 3 months. True story. My only offense that I got caught for. You just didn't catch me for the rest of it, so kiss my ass. But
I'm sure the time has passed enough.
Yeah,
You could say these things.
so when I originally got clean, I was delivering dry cleaning, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a CDL and see if I can. Because my buddy was like, you'd be funny at giving tours. So the first year, 2016 to 17, I gave tours in Cambridge for Gallery to Harvard Square and back, and then I did it in Boston for a couple of years for a true crime company, which is perfect because.
There you go.
Yeah, and the driver tells them, hey, by the way, I hope you hid your purses because I used to rob people. Like,
So, all right. I just gotta unpack that real quick. So, you had an opiate, like a real opiate issue.
Yep.
Where you robbed the same bank twice in 1 month.
yeah. Twice in 3 months.
Twice in 3 months. Like, and you got caught for both of them?
I never got caught for the first one. If I never went back, odds are, I don't think I would ever.
You don't think you would have got
No way. No way. The second time I pulled my scarf down, but still passed the note after, like some type of self-sabotage act. Like I grew up as a teenage marijuana smoker,
right?
But then when Big Pharma started with the OxyContin, I felt,
I remember those days because I had at least one person that I know that kind of went down that path, is no longer with us. But like,
sorry.
Yeah, it's wild how all of a sudden he was like looking through my medicine cabinet. Like I didn't just like all of a sudden be like, hey, I won't say his name, but like, where'd he go? And all of a sudden he's like rifling through the medicine cabinet, like, because my mom had like rheumatoid arthritis at that point. Is there anything in here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The pharma stuff got really scary.
Crazy.
But like you're saying you were kind of like stoner, like marijuana kid? What do you?
Yeah, I was smoking marijuana since I was 13. I drank occasionally, this and that. Didn't really like pills as a teenager, but then when the oxy.
So it was like what, like when you were 13, what triggered that? Like it was just a bunch of friends hanging out.
Yeah, we were just hanging out. Someone passed a joint. I just remember like, oh my God, I feel like myself, and I just like my funny bone was tickled. Like I do it for comedy now, and like trolley driving, I really couldn't do it, and I was kind of clean for most of the trolley years, obviously with the CDL, but like it was one of those things where like when I get away from it, like I was sober for 2 years from 2014 to 16, I'd miss it, because it pulls out a creative side of me. Like I do it before I go on stage. A lot of comics were like, what? You what? Some do, but like a lot of I know, they're like, no, I can't before. I'm like, well, I like to.
Right.
I'm myself.
Well, what I was going to get to is like, now you're a stand-up comedian as well as a content creator, comedy creator. Were you the funny kid growing up?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you had the return,
family, everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like what made it. I wouldn't say easy because it took some time to adjust on stage. But what made it a little bit easier for me is entertaining people in the trolley is no different. I was just driving with a headset on. I'd stop at different stops to talk about stops, and you're just talking to the audience. Where are you from? This and that.
Right.
Oh, New York. Get the fuck off my trolley. Like just little shit like that. You're comfortable talking to people.
Right.
Like we'll go to comedy shows, and sometimes you see there won't be enough people in the audience, and you have room. I'll go outside. It's called barking. Yeah. I'll pull people in and get them to buy tickets. I'll just.
Hey, like, I'm on stage right now.
Yeah, I'm on stage. Hey, come on. Smoke a joint. Let's go. We'll go on stage together. Right, exactly. Like just all that stuff. Like I don't know. It's just, I love it. I've always loved it.
That's fantastic. Yeah, because I always think about that. But I know that your parents, I know your dad definitely appears in some of your content as well.
Yeah.
And you already referenced that earlier. But like, how, like, is your dad funny?
My dad's hilarious.
Is he really?
My dad's absolutely hilarious. Like all my friends, anyone who's ever known my dad is like, your dad's the best. Everyone just loves him. Like he went to just an example, he went to a wedding in Cancun years ago, and he's chilling with the owner of Crocs at the time before the guy sold the company.
Nice.
The guy's like, oh, you need your own reality show. Like everyone's always just telling him like,
that's wild.
we got a clip of us got picked from Ridiculousness. We were on Ridiculousness last night, Rob Dyrdek show. 10X Swims was the musical host and me and my father got put on it. Best part about it, it's a 6-second clip, 5 seconds of my dad. A second where I turn the camera to me. We watch it together. They cut my face out. My voice is in it. He goes, that's because I'm the star. In case you're wondering, I'm the real star. That's why you were cut out.
Right.
Yeah. Of course that would go.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But like when your dad shows up in the content, was that a conscious decision or did it happen because he's just around?
He was just around, and it's also like, he just cracks me up. And one day it hit me like, so many people, like, especially my age, can relate to like the married with children, even all in the family before me and like stuff like that. He's a cantankerous, like, retiree, like, you know what I mean? I'm going to mess with him.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I'll give him lines to feed, but I really don't even have to. He's ridiculous. He's just naturally, you know?
That's funny. But so when you were growing up in the 80s and 90s, because you're 40,
I'm 44.
44?
Yeah.
Like, would you grow up like in Boston, around Boston?
Yeah, I was in Southie till I was 33 years old. I grew up in South Boston. So good old hunting land.
How is that like in the 80s and 90s?
Incredible. I mean, I loved it. It was definitely different. Like we always have like this, people always assume like, oh, Boston's racist, this and that, blah, blah. That's not true. I mean, there are sections of every neighborhood I feel like that are like that.
Yeah.
It was like just a white, you know, like blue collar, working class, you know, it was predominantly white, but it was just like this fun, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's like, I don't have a shamrock for a fucking tramp stamp. Like, I'm proud to be from there.
You came out clean?
Yeah.
Tramp stamp.
And, I'm like different, like meeting people in comedy, like I do comedy with people from all walks of life, you know what I mean? I love like bringing that Boston element into comedy, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people are always like, oh.
Well, I was going to get to that because it's like, I think that every Bostonian, I mean, who grew up here anyways, thinks they're funny.
Yeah.
So the sentence, you know what I mean? Everybody has that like, yeah, pretty funny.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, but I also feel like, do you find that potentially that Boston characterization of Bostonians is eventually is limiting at some point, or you're kind of like leaning into it hard because you're like, that's who I am anyway?
I do and I don't. Like I always say, like if you look at like people from here, or at least from the area, like Bill Burr and those types, like, oh, some of them made it, some of them didn't, whatever. Like there's I don't know, there's something to that personality that people do love all over. Because I even talk to like followers or fans, whatever, you're online, they're like, oh my God, the accent, blah, blah, blah. I miss living back east. Like I feel like if you're good enough or if you're willing enough to put yourself out there or whatever, people are going to love it no matter who you are. Right? You know, just like I might love a guy from New York. I love Maniscalco, he's Chicago.
Yeah.
You know? We're complete opposites in accents and behaviors.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's like, it's just like one of those things where
he's like Jersey or something like that.
Yeah.
Get that.
I know.
So like, because when I was growing up, when I would travel anywhere outside of Massachusetts, they spotted me a mile away because my accent.
Same.
So I, on purpose, like try to get rid of it. Like I was like trying to pronounce my R's.
You know, that's something funny. My mother used to say to me, "You have to pronounce your R's because people will never take you serious."
See, that's what I was thinking. I was so
I would
ashamed almost of it.
Yeah. So when I would first start, right? I noticed I would be saying sentences with some words the R's are pronounced. So I'd say something like carburetor for protection. Well, I was like, all right, I sound like an idiot. Like, I sound like I'm from 8 different places.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, but same thing. Like you kind of like, oh, because I would go to Florida, I'd be like, oh, can I get 4 quarters? They'd be like, Dorchester or South. I'm like, you pinpointed to like a 2-mile radius. How did you pinpoint my accent? And they were right, you know. Yeah. It's just, you can pick it out. It's crazy.
So but it is one of those things that like, it definitely comes out. But my accent is definitely it also spent some time in New York City too. So like at that point, I had already kind of cleaned up my accent a little bit. So I felt like more, but now I come back and I'm like, my brother, he drops his R's all the time. So it's like, it's all good. Like, it's fine, but
for those of us who stay here, I swear we break out in hives when we try to pronounce it up. We're like,
it's hard.
We struggle.
It's hard.
We're having a fucking stroke.
Man, I still think, and I hear this sometimes out of people in Massachusetts, that one of the things that's so endearing for like my grandmother, for instance, she would add R's to things too, right? Because that's the other side of it. So she would always say idea. I have an idea. And I'm like,
so many of us.
So when I hear that, I'm like, oh, that reminds me of my grandmother. Like, I remember that.
True.
You know?
There really are as added to work like that. Idea.
Idea.
I'm a great idea.
It's like, where did that come from?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I feel like Massachusetts has different levels of accents too, like the more north to south you go.
Yeah, there's different pockets.
Yeah.
There's definitely different pockets of things. So, but like, let's get back. I'm gonna get to the comedy side because I'm so curious about this stuff because comedy has really blown up on social media.
Yeah.
Like, what made you? Did you start with as a creator or a comedian?
A creator. So I always like wanted to do stand up. Like I was always excited to do it. I just always got cold feet.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was doing the Trolley from like 2016 to 17, when I first got off the opiates, I was clean for that 2-year period. And I was talking about it. Cold feet. Oh, if I ball.
Yeah.
You know, I have a hard time with rejection and shit. You know. Yeah. So like over a year ago, I lost weight. I was after my sister died in 2017. She died from cancer, and I fell like into this thing where I became heavyset. Mm-hmm. So for just a few year period of my life, I was heavyset depressed. I snapped out of it. I lost the weight. I got a therapist. I was like, listen, if you have thin skin and you're afraid of getting heckled, you better go talk to someone about it. I need therapy for 100 different reasons. My first session with the therapist, she's like, why are you here? I'm like, I can't get heckled. Just you know,
yeah, right.
It's true in a sense. Like, if this is what takes me, whatever gets me in the door, you know what I mean? And I legit was like, I need to be able to do comedy. So in June of last year, I went to open mic after open mic after open mic and shit in the bed. Like, ooh, this is tough. Like,
well, I was gonna say, yeah, because so it's open. You start with open mics. Right.
Yeah, like 5 to 7 minutes and just see what you can do. I was holding my phone a lot, even in
because you're running material.
Yeah.
Before you show up, and you're like, all right,
yeah,
what I want to hit.
Yeah, yeah. And you get on stage, and it's kind of like, you know, open mics. It's mostly you and other comics. So like, if you can make other comics laugh,
right?
Yeah,
fair.
You got it going. But I just kept like going so hard at it, so hard at it, so hard at it that and then at the end of last winter, like last November or whatever, I was like, I'm gonna take this very seriously now, and I went nonstop, like.
That's what it's all about. It's getting the reps.
You know, paid to park downtown for like free gigs all the time, stuff like that, and just like go. Because the reps. I want to be able to be asked to be featured and do 10, 15, 20 minutes or do a headline.
Yeah, that's the thing with comedy. It's like you start with 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And you have a good 5 minutes, you're already good.
Look, I did 3 shows in New Hampshire. This guy, Brian Glowacz, he's so freaking funny. And the second show, I didn't feel I did that good, but I'm like, you know what? You're going to come back tomorrow night. You're just going to do good. And I did. Yeah. It's like one of those things where you can't, like, even the best people who are still great now, it depends on your crowd, the audience, you just never know. I'm addicted to making people laugh.
Oh, that's awesome.
And like that.
Oh, you're in a good profession for it.
Yeah. Like the sound of, like when you're a content creator, you see comments and people give me feedback all the time. And it's almost always positive. Mm-hmm. But like a live audience and people coming up to you after and talking about it.
Well, that's what I was getting to is that like if you're afraid of being heckled, social media is also a terrible place.
Terrible.
It's so bad.
I respond to some of it, and sometimes if they really piss me off, I put them on my story. I'll call them out.
Okay.
Because I'm like the type, like, if you're going to heckle me, you better be good.
Right.
Because I'm gonna make
it cry at you.
Yeah, because I become defensive, but I try to turn it into a comedy, like a comedic thing. Like, it's not personal.
Right.
But yeah, social media. Oh my God. A lot of my friends like, how do you put yourself out there? I'm like, you know what? You just do it, and you hope that a majority of the people like it. You know?
Well, that's what it's. Or you, I mean, it depends if you want to go viral too, because a lot of people hate it that also goes viral, right? And so there's different content strategies and resources, I can tease these things out, right?
Yeah.
I think, that's how the internet is, and that's how humans are, is that like, if you misspell a word, people are like, dude, you spelled the word wrong, you're an idiot.
I got a little hint for you. If you do a video for your brand, purposely misspell a word on the video.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like,
do it purposely.
Like,
Watch your engagement.
Exactly.
Or do a addition problem and have a wrong answer and put it for the title of your video.
Yeah.
Watch the engagement. What you just said. People can't wait to pick.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
They love pointing it out.
They love it. I did that. I've cheated on the algorithm.
But that's what
that spell it. I've misspelled stuff purposely.
Yeah. That's one of those hacks that it's just funny because people can't help themselves. I gotta say something.
Help themselves. My thing for content, like when I tell people, is like, have the beginning of the video be funny. Or have it be mysterious, like have your hand on a doorknob. Someone's going to want to watch that video because they want to see what's on the other side of the door.
Right.
Like I always say, start your video right at the gate with it. And that's how I am with comedy. Like people ask me for advice or I've judged the competition. I tell people, this is just my approach. I'm going to have a zinger right at the gate. Right. Whether I find it right there in the audience or I'm going off my set, I want your attention right away.
No, I get that. I get that. And especially on social media, you need that first second.
You need it.
To snap. Because if you start with like, hey guys, my name is blah, blah, and you're just like, skip.
Yeah.
No one's gonna
Like, for example, like if you just start a video with a curtain, someone's going to want to see what's behind the curtain.
Yeah.
So they're going to watch it for a
like
couple
that.
seconds. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I like
Yeah. Yeah.
So when it comes to like the stand-up side again though, what was the first time like?
Horrible. The first time I did stand-up was at a bar in Quincy. And it was an open mic, and I'm looking for my phone. I got like a laugh or two. I got a couple like good ones, but it was like, oh man, this is going to take some work.
Yeah.
I just thought like, like you said, everyone in Boston, people think they're funny.
Right.
Like, I have a lot of funny friends who never get on stage. I think some of them are funnier than me.
Right.
But it doesn't always translate to stage, and content doesn't always translate to stage.
Right, exactly. And so when you get up there, you're holding your phone, you're like, all right, I got maybe a couple laughs, all right, something.
But I used to golf a lot in periods of golf. Like you get one good shot, it makes you go back again. Like, oh my God, that shot on hole 7, like that one joke got a little bit of a punch or a bang, and it kept me going enough. But like,
to get to the next shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I do Capo and Southie. It's a mostly younger crowd. I bomb once every 3 times.
You do what?
Regular.
Your accent is
Sorry.
You do what?
I know.
Carpooling? What?
There's a restaurant called Capo in Boston, CAPO, and in the basement it's called the Supper Club. They have a comedy night every Wednesday. The host is my buddy Will Noonan. He's hysterical. He's like a legend around here for stand-up comedy. But it's a young crowd, and I do it because I like to bomb there in the sense that like it's a reminder you have work to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Or how about you make some jokes that are about the audience, their age? So what I started to do is it's a bunch of financial bros who live in Southie. I'm like, what, he's on 6 gambling apps, can't get dick hog, 0 cocaine, you get a Zim pouch in your mouth? Is that why your girls are in my DMs? No. They're like, oh my God, he's like shitting on us.
Exactly.
Get their attention because they're not going to relate to a 44-year-old man being like, my knee hurts when I go to have sex. They're going to like, really, buddy? Like, yeah, take it 2 out.
You're like, I used to live right here.
Yeah,
it's a condo.
I literally robbed the bank across the street and lived 2 streets over. It's an FBI agent. It's like, why'd you pick that bank? I'm like, because I wanted to get away. I had a block to get away. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm getting away.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just trying to get high. Rest me after.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that is, I mean, the things with addiction is that like, you're just looking for that next fix, right? So
it was
just like, you're not even thinking straight.
So like, I got clean. I stopped stealing right away, immediately. So I'm like, all right, so I did just steal out of desperation. I know people who got clean and would keep stealing. I'm like, what's going on? You used to club to it like, dude, it's much better now. I have a clear head. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, they're making it easy.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I got, props to you, whatever, but.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you have like any one of those, what people often say in, athletics, like NBA, NFL, and all this other stuff, that a welcome to comedy kind of moment? Was there a moment where you were just like, either you saw somebody that did really well and you were like, whoa, that's what comedy is kind of thing? Or was there any kind of moment where you felt to yourself like, this is what it's really like?
So like, yeah, I always grew up on it. Like obviously like, Eddie Murphy, stuff like that. And then you go further and further, but like in person, yeah, my buddy Will Noonan, who runs Capo, the Supper Club, he's open for everyone. Bill Burr, Andrew Schultz, he's like worked with all the greats locally and, nationally. And I went and saw him. He's like, hey, I heard you were thinking about comedy. I was like, wow, he's really good, And then I went and saw him again, and I was like, wow, this is like, holy shit, this guy's masterclass.
What was different? Like the polish on it was like just small.
Exactly, the polish on it. Like I opened for him earlier this year at the Laugh Boston, which is like one of the biggest comedy venues in the area, in the Seaport. And he just went on for an hour and did it. It was just the most polished. Everyone's crying, laughing. Guy gets up to go to the bathroom. He's like, you look like cocaine in human form. Want to hear the best part? I talked to that guy after. He goes, dude, I am. I did a couple bumps before the show. I'm like, guess he called that, huh? Jesus. But like just watching him was like a whoa. And then getting to meet all the people I've met and watching them. There's so many funny people.
Yep.
Like unbelievable.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. And so when you actually think about that, like, so there's 2 sides to this, content creation side and the comedian side. Like, who are you looking at right now? Who's like kind of like your main influence when it comes to say like content creators?
I'd say my friend Anthony. Nobody cares Anthony.
Nobody cares
Anthony Varela. Yeah, his niche is like making fun of Facebook Marketplace videos where he green screens himself.
That's awesome.
He started calling me this year. I kind of edged him into a little bit. He wanted to do it. I was like, you have to do it because he's the type where it translates. Mm-hmm. He's so animated. He's my favorite creator. Like we have a similar like thing where we make fun of things, but he's just on a whole nother level of funny, just in a conversation in front of the podcast, after the podcast, go to the bathroom. Like he's just that funny. Like he's kind of, I mean, who I look up to in content creation for sure. He's one of the funniest I think I watch. But there are so many people like
Well, I think that's what gives me hope in the world, is that all these people are creating such great content, and there's all these hidden gems out there. If you get into like the different part of the algorithm, for instance, if you somehow figure out how to get out of your main feed into like other people's feeds, you see all this other stuff and you're like, that guy's really funny too. Like, and you're like, where are all these people hiding?
Do you know, I would see OnlyFans creators posting what I would consider commercials. They Instagram Reels act as ads to promote the making their bucks. I ended up writing for a couple of them.
Oh, did you really?
I was like, I don't like the joke. I'm going to make it better.
Oh,
mine was still hacky, but like they were had a better punch.
Right, exactly.
You
get hired out for that stuff then?
Yeah. So one girl, I went viral with sequence in the video. She pretended she was a Taco Bell employee. She wasn't, but that's good. She walks up to the car and she's like, "Oh, you got a Baja Blast? How about you blast your load all over me?" I sequenced myself with a Taco Bell in the background. I goes, "I'm next, buddy, I'm next." I got like 7 million views.
Right.
She said, "Would you do 3 of those for a week?" And I'll pay you. And I was like, a month into it, I was like, "I could write for you." It became kind of one of those things where
nice.
Yeah,
they're writing jobs too. All right.
Yeah, just trying to monetize myself however I can.
I do want to get to that a second. On the comedian side, local comedians like Will Noonan, you already mentioned. Anybody else you like looking up to right now that you're like?
Oh, there's so many.
Well, the way I look at it is that like this happens in business all the time too. We're going to talk about that a little bit, but like the people you aspire to, you can of course aspire to be like the next Bill Gates or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like if you just look at just like a notch above you in that tier and just aspire to get to that next level and they bring those, come up with those people, I think that is a healthier way of looking at like progress.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm always asking, like from where you are right now, like who are the people who are like just above you right now that you're really looking like try to get to?
There's a guy, Jimmy Cash. They call him the janitor with stamina.
I know Jimmy Cash there. Yeah,
so
I've seen his videos.
I haven't even met him yet, but we've talked online briefly a couple of times. Yeah. He's so funny.
Yeah.
And he's like crushing it.
Yeah, he's doing it.
Like
I've seen his videos.
He's so good at what he does. Like he's someone I kind of look up to and aspire. Like, oh man, I can't. Like, we've even said we can't wait to run into each other. Because we're like running in the same circles.
Right
and
there, yeah.
People I've worked with open farm, like this guy Jay Martin, who's absolutely hysterical. My friend Annie Powell is someone I got to know. She's a little older than me. She's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life, just in a conversation. And her crowd work and jokes is just next level. I've done a lot of work with her. She's become a mentor of sorts to me, along with Will. So like having these people guide me and give me advice. Corey Rodriguez is another one. He's like a special on like, I think it's Epics. He's done all kinds of stuff. He's Comedy Central, Late Show.
So that's kind of like, what happens? So what's the difference between somebody who kind of like makes it and doesn't make it? Because I hear these stories all the time. You're talking to a lot of funny people that I've never heard of.
Yeah. So
how did they become more well known?
I've had conversations with them about this. I've met people who are so funny, and I look at them like, and I understand how the system works. It's like, how are they not huge? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like these people are making money. They're making
a living.
They're making a living, which I'm trying to get to as a livable wage part. Like I just started getting paid probably halfway through the year. Like I really. Because I want to be doing it like a little over.
That's what I was going to get to, the business side of this.
I'm getting to that, like where I'm, like I have to like really take this seriously. But like, I meet so many people who are so funny, where I'm talking every joke's crushing, and they're not like,
how they're not more well known
because social media. It's all like a lot of, from what I can see, and I'm only new. Clubs want like people with 50,000 or more followers at the major clubs.
Wow.
It's like. Is that really fake?
Do
you know how many people are not funny? I don't think I'm like hilarious, but like I'm pretty decent at saying it.
Yeah.
But like there are people who should not be on a stage at all who have followers. And you know what? Everyone to each their own. I applaud everyone's success. Right. Everybody's.
But we want people to win, obviously, succeed.
Of course.
With what they try to achieve. But like, I've heard that line before on other podcasts. I mean, like, there's so many funny people out there. They're just not able to break through. But you're saying there's 50,000 followers just to get on the stage.
It's something like that. That's for like major clubs, not for like everything. But I'm saying like they'll look more to someone like that and be like, all right, they have a following because what it is they can bring numbers in, or if they can sell a certain amount of ticket sales. Like I've done decent. It's not every show is not great. Like we sold out some. Because a mixture of me and who I'm with or stuff like that. I've definitely helped pumped sales for people I've done shows with for my social. Because I over promote. I'm not like other people. Oh, you don't want to burn out your crowd? I'll burn out my crowd. Like I just want people to know, hey, I'm doing a comedy again.
Right.
Because I throw new jokes in, topical jokes.
Right.
I try to read the news and add stuff to my set as I go to keep them interested. But the thing with people not reaching out is a lot of people don't want to take the time for social media. I did it kind of, I won't say backwards. I just did it my way.
Yeah.
Kind of like it happens to be.
Well, I feel like you got into it you did content creation first, and then all of a sudden you like try to take that leap into open mics and stuff like that, which I think it takes a certain type of person to be able to step on that stage sometimes.
Yes.
Because it's not, I can't like, I mean, because they've even put big influencers on stage before.
That's what
like,
I mean.
And it's just like, they just bomb. They're like, there's not like,
they have no idea what to do.
They're just panic frozen. Like, I don't know. I have like 1 million followers or whatever, but like, I can't talk on a stage.
Yeah.
It's a different skill.
I'm a him. I'm like, you put a camera in front of me or a microphone, like, good luck getting it away from me. Like, it's just one of those things where I could talk forever. And I just like making people laugh. It's just, it's really addicting. It's just this thing.
If you're into cannabis, entrepreneurship, or just like hearing from people who actually build things, check out High Functioning. It's real talk with founders, operators, and big thinkers. No fluff, just game. New episodes drop every Friday, and you can subscribe and listen at highfunctioning.show. All right, let's get back to the show. Is that your substitute for the opiates?
I honestly, it's a high. I always say that I feel like I'm chasing a high. But it's not in an unhealthy way. After my sister passed, it became one of these things where like, I just want to laugh. I want to surround my people with
funny people.
Yeah, with people who make me laugh, and life's too short. Like, I'm negative on my own. I don't need more negative.
No, I know. It's so easy to get down on yourself.
Yeah, I'm a tough judge of myself and everything, but like, at least if I have a shitty night in comedy, I don't, as much as like for maybe an hour, I'm like, oh, I quit. I'm right back at it. I'm like, no, I need to go back.
Right, exactly.
We always make a joke. If we do bad in front of a young crowd, all I need is like a VFW all.
Crush it. Yeah.
You know, like older crowd, crush it. That's my bread and butter.
I was going to say, like, is there a specific demographic for your type of comedy?
I would say so. Like when the Karen Reed trial was out earlier this year, and there's still stuff going on with that, but like I used it to promote my shows, not in an insensitive way to the memory of John O'Keefe or anything like that, but to her. It was just one of these things where I seemed like, oh my God, all these people making jokes about the trial. And I'm like, oh, wow. And then we did a show at the Comedy Scene. It was like kind of an older demographic, over 40 mostly. We're outside waiting for the show in Foxborough. It's the night before Post Malone. We're all excited. I got guys coming up to me. You better be fucking funny. My wife dragged me out to this. I don't even do these stupid things. I'm like, all right, no pressure. Another one says it. My wife made me come to this, buddy. I hope you got the goods. And like, oh, right away I shit on them. Yeah, about being obsessed with the trial, this and that, but it was like an older demographic. Right. I noticed most times, like I really do well with
the older crowd. Yeah.
I opened for a psychic, a spirit medium this year, and it was probably 80 people, 90% women, and it was mostly older. There was some my age, a little younger, but it's mostly older than they.
Do you write your content based around that kind of thought, or no. do you when you actually just step back into the content side, when you create content, are you like writing down ideas and then months later you'll shoot it, or are you just like on the cuff, like, hey, I get a funny idea?
Almost always on the cuff. Even if like if I was to do content with you, I'm like, I want to see what you want, what you do, but I think it's better for you and I kind of improv it. It's almost like my favorite show of all time is Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Larry David basically has an outline of what the episode's about, but he just lets his friends go off.
Right.
That's kind of where I think the best stuff comes from. For me anyways. Mm-hmm. Obviously comedy, you have to have some jokes, but
well, I feel like when I do content just off the cuff like that, I think I just ramble. Yeah. I end up rambling at some point because I'm just like, what the fuck am I talking about anymore?
I think it's good to have a basic idea though.
Yeah.
And then kind of like
I get, and Julie, social media manager, she is really good at like letting me like go a little bit.
Yeah.
And then she can edit the crap out of it kind of thing.
But like, you guys have had some funny videos, even when you had the printout with the good vibes paper. I thought that was hysterical.
Yeah.
Like you guys got to keep at it.
Yeah. Well, that was a reaction video to a comment.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, like, it's so.
That's what I thought.
You pulled it out, and it was just like, this guy's like, dude, you think you're such a.
So when she showed me that, I'm like, you know how genius this is, because this is what I do. I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
I want to do more of it actually on my reels and on TikTok and just respond to comments, because some of the
crazy comments.
Yeah, and you have such a clever, like you guys said, you have such a clever response.
Yeah. So well, that's part of the personality of a brand, though, and it's like it's also my personality too. Like it's funny because people think that we've made it and we're this crazy successful brand and stuff like that. sorry to tell you, buddy, grass is always greener, man. Like, it's hard.
Yeah.
It is really hard.
There's so much competition and stuff.
It's
You're up,
crazy competition. And all the regulations we have to deal with, like, yeah, we're doing okay, but like, so what we do is social media is almost like an outlet for like our personalities a little bit. So like that's silly. Like I tell Julie all the time, like I'm a super silly person. Like I'll just do whatever. You tell me. I was hanging from the rafter the other day.
I think it's genius because honestly, I know for me and a lot of people, I want to see the face behind the brand.
Yeah.
I think it's, and I know most people, like you said, that the comics, you know, they don't want to take the time, but they also don't want to put themselves out there for social. But that's the way the world.
That's the way it changed.
It's social.
It's social.
Unfortunately, like, and not everybody. Some people are lucky enough to get word of mouth. Everything from dog walkers to a baker to everybody.
Right.
My opinion, social.
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out if there's like a specific strategy or to your stuff, but you're just like off the cuff.
In different times of day. And if something doesn't work at 7 p.m., you know what? Try it at 11 a.m.
Well, is there stuff that you've thought you were like, this is going to crush and it just falls flat?
My dumbest shit does the best. I got 154 million views on an existing viral video where I just wrote over it. It's called a remix. I made a meme out of it. 154 million views. I'm like, really?
That's all it takes.
Kidding me?
Took you like 3 minutes to type it up and like send it.
Crazy. And then I'm like, some of my videos that go the most viral with my dad. I'm like, yeah, good luck to get this cranky fuck to do another video.
Exactly.
I'm like, Dad, you coming over? You know, like, if we keep doing this, like sponsors might hit us up and this and that. But he's like,
I'm retired.
Is it you paying me? I'm like, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how is the business? How does this math work in your head? Does it like as far as like your income, is it even like where is
it's all over? It stinks. It stinks right now because what happened was like when you said I started content during the pandemic, my buddy was like Snapchat spotlights paying $1 million a day to all these creators, and the highest videos get split like the $1 million gets split amongst the top creators of that day or whatever. I made $200,000 on it. Like
where's the Snapchat?
Yeah.
Back during the pandemic.
Yeah. And I wish, yeah, legit.
I think of Snapchat as like Snap Map, and my daughter, who's just like always on it, like taking pictures of her shoulder to keep a streak alive.
So they came up with a Spotlight, their own like rail system, like mid 2020.
Does it still exist?
No. Yeah. This thing went on from like, I want to say November 2020 to like the beginning of 2021. They did it every day. And it was like in all the countries it was available to, like, I forget how many countries. I got like the top viral video on my account and my ex's account, and we had to pay crazy taxes the next year because, you know, whatever. But I was like, oh my God, I didn't know you could do this. And then Snapchat dropped that, and then they were paying me like $2,000 a month through this gym thing for my content. I'm like, and Facebook paid me for a while. Then they stopped. I go back on Facebook, they're paying again. One of my buddies who does content makes a killing on Facebook. A killing.
Is there like a strategy that he's doing that you're not though? Or is it?
No, he just has a bigger following.
Following.
He has in a lot of content. He's just very good at it, and he's just better and good. But the other thing is like Instagram, for example. Meta owns Facebook and Instagram. I'll go viral on Instagram. It won't make shit, but it'll make it on Facebook if it goes viral there. Or it'll be different views. It's like, okay. Like the video.
Well, they're different. They're so different though. I feel like when we post, Facebook is trash for us. It's like we'll get like 2 or 3 people, and it's usually like my aunt or something like that. That's like, that's so funny, honey.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like
it's
on Instagram, it's like we'll get like a couple thousand views and maybe like 100, reactions or whatever, like a good video. Nothing crazy, but still like way more than like Facebook. Facebook is actually trash for our content.
So like I'm trying to break into YouTube. It's so tough. Like I've done YouTube shorts. I can never get over 10,000 things. I know eventually when I have the space, something like this, I think the way to go, even for you guys, would be YouTube web series, stuff like that. Yeah. YouTube is just where it's at for a lot of creators.
We get a bunch of stuff going on right now. We got a bunch of stuff in the hopper. Jacob's been great about like, about the coordinating.
Because I've seen people just start to, oh wow, they're just slowly getting
it's just like comedy. Like they even say like in comedy, it's like a decade before you start making anything work.
I've been lucky just because of the mix of my social, and I work so hard, and I've done good at shows where people are like, oh shit. That's like when people get sour, I hear someone saying, oh, he shouldn't be getting spots. I'm like, whoa, I might have a social, but you have to actually go out and be funny too. Like I have to actually put the work in.
They're not going to bring you back if you're not funny.
No, I've been lucky. Like in a year and a half, I have been, oh shit, this is, and I'm riding it. I'm riding the wave. I'm grateful. I'm not ever changing my attitude. Like I don't take it for granted. But it's a long grind.
But are you able to sustain yourself right now? Support yourself with the?
I live back at home. So 44 years old, living at home. And I make jokes about it. But like deep down, I'm like, I could be doing better. Also, I could save my money better. which I don't. I'm not a good money man, you know what I mean? But like I have this thing, like my mother goes, listen, you have no 401k. What are you going to do with your life? I said, I'm going to go to Wellesley, right? Or one of those rich towns. I'm going to go on Tinder, put the ages from 60 to 70. Within 24 hours, I'll be in a guest house. You understand, Donna? I'm not worried. It's just a joke to prove that I know I'm going to get there, right? Because I have to be patient. Yeah. I know I'm 44. I get it. I started the late thing. Everything happens for a reason. I'm not going to bug. I'm hitting the grind. It's one of those things where I know it's going to work out for me. But living at home, I can kind of pursue this right now. I don't have a lot of, I don't have kids. I've never been married. I'm kind of trying to enjoy it and tackle it. But also, my parents in their twilight years, and they've been to a couple shows, and they are like, oh, okay. Like, they get it now.
That's great.
You know, it's like one of those things where you just, and I don't do it for them. I do it for myself. I don't do it for anyone but me first. But I want to show them, like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Like, you have no idea. Like, I'm going to crush this.
Right.
Because I plan on going. It's not going to just stay in Boston. I want to do both.
Well, that's what I was asking earlier about the limitation of being Boston, but like, I think that is endearing to a lot of people too. You know what I mean? Like, if you're living in LA, but you're from Boston, you're like, dude, I got to talk to this Gary guy.
Plus, even you being like, you say carpool? Like, when I go do that in the Midwest, people are going to be
Capo? Like, I was like, carpool?
Well, like, this guy sounds like a fucking alien. Like, that's going to be like.
Exactly.
Yeah. People. I feel like as long as your personality shines through, you'll be fine no matter how you talk. That's just the way I think.
Yeah, I think it depends on, but it does take all that effort, and the amount of work you have to put into this thing and getting all the reps in and stuff like that is, I mean, it's no different than any business you're running. I mean, because, that's kind of what it is ultimately as a business, right?
The content is so time consuming, and then comedy is too. Like comedy, you got to go to these shows, travel to these shows, and like spend hours there, and whatever. Talk to people after.
Have you done shows outside of like New England yet, or?
Not yet. I've been to the New York Comedy Club in Stamford, Connecticut. I've been to North Conway, but everything's been New England so far.
Yeah.
But I know, like, I'm going to be able to, like, I've already had, like, hey, do you want to come to the Hamptons? And like, the Hamptons, New York.
Yeah.
And at the time the woman asked me, I had like 7 to 10 minutes on stage.
Yeah.
I got offered to do comedy in a cruise ship. A woman hit me up, would you like to, she's like, you need a 15 to 15 or whatever, and a 45-minute. I'm like, I'm at 5 minutes right now. I could have lied and been like, hey, I'm going to go talk to some drunk people on a cruise. And I would have bombed.
Yeah. But there is that thought, fake it till you make it kind of thing. Could you have been like, yeah, I got 45 and just like write it on the way there? But it wouldn't have been polished.
Yeah. But I like, yes and no. Like, I feel like I could have did it because I can just yap forever. Would it have been good? Probably not.
Yeah.
Like, to go get the experience first. Like, I think I did it. I'm not rushing. I'm trying not to rush everything. Like, I'm headlining, the night before Thanksgiving, I'm headlining at Democracy Brewing, November 26th. And I'm like, whoa, you're already headlining? Like, and then I'm headlining Nick's Comedy Stop on December 20th.
Wow.
I'm doing Nick's, Matt Mishy, who's hysterical, by the way, a great comedian. He runs Nick's Comedy Stop. I'm doing comedy for him the 5th and the 6th there with Will Noonan and with Annie Powell. Then on the 20th, I'll be with New England Dad, Zach Remy. He's a good content creator. He's very popular online. He's doing the 20th with me. It's like one of these things where like, whoa, it's moving fast, but like, fake it till you make it. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's like you have to, at the end of the day, you still got to get up on stage and perform.
Yeah, like I have confidence in myself, and that's just how I have to remember that. Even the people I look up to right now tell me the same thing. Just be yourself and have that, like, you know what I mean?
Well, that's one of the core tenets that we have here is you've got to believe in it first, right? You have to have belief before you have the ability sometimes.
I'm a big manifest guy. Like, I grew up as a skeptic in Southie. I wasn't really into like energy or numerology, any of that shit.
Yeah.
But a lot's changed in my life where I've manifested so much that's happened in the last year that I'm like, it's a little hard work toward your dream, say it out loud, believe. And I've already done all the local comedy stages I wanted to, with the exception of one I'm still waiting for. Other than that, like you've done them. I've already done Nick's a couple of times. I've done Laugh Boston. I did the comedy scene in Foxborough. But I literally said out loud, I'm doing this. And then it happened.
And then it happened.
It's wild.
What about the crowd? Do you do crowd work too? Or?
I do. So I just started a lot more on the crowd work. For example, the other night, I go to watch a show at the Ugly Duck in Taunton. My friend Annie Powell is putting the show together. She's on it. Christine Hurley, who's a local, she's the queen in room comedy. She's so funny. She's like, I need you to get on stage for 5 minutes, then bring the host up. I said, what? I came here to watch.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. I get up and the crowd, there's a woman who's a little buzzed in the back. I'm saying, oh, I said, I told my father I'm doing a show in Taunton. I was like, Dad, what should I wear? He said, condoms. I goes, Dad, easy. It's not random. And then I asked the people where you're from. They're like, random. I'm like, you didn't have to make a joke. You throw your hands up, everyone laughs. A woman in the back goes, Plymouth. I goes, why the fuck are you yelling Plymouth? All you people have is a rock. Oh, come look at our rock. I said, let me tell you something about Plymouth. My parents used to take me down to a trail park every summer called Ellis Haven, thinking they would get me out of Southie and keep me out of trouble. Well, all my firsts were down there, including anal for her and for me. They all started laughing. I didn't know I was going to say any of that.
Yeah.
It's crowd work.
Yeah.
Because the woman, like sometimes you could.
He yells out Plymouth.
Most comics, if someone yells on your show, they'll just like attack. Like they'll be like, shut the fuck up. This is my time.
Yeah.
I sometimes have the reaction. Most of the time I try to just create a joke around it, get her to laugh, and hopefully she'll shut up.
Right.
Or they'll shut up.
Well, yeah, Hecklers would be just a huge pain in the butt. Like,
huge.
When it happened to you the first time, what did you do?
And just so you know, it's 90% men most of the time, in my experience.
Oh, wow.
I just happen to be
well, because they probably think they're so funny.
Like that.
I'm going to
I do Broadway Golf Club a couple weeks ago. I have me, Anthony, Annie, and Will Powell. Will Newton's headline. So I have Annie Powell leading up to it. My dad's like yelling in the background. He yells in the middle of the night. He's like, hey, I go, shut up, you geriatric fuck. I'll put you in a home after this show. I didn't know I was going to say it, but the crowd almost helps you.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Can also kill you because if you focus too much on one person. You ever see viral clips, Matt Rife, Adam Ray, Andrew Schultz, just people who will like, you know, even
heavy crowd work.
Steph Toll is so good at it. She's one of my favorite comedians ever.
But it can turn on you too, though, if you don't be careful, because and now the crowd just like, we're here for comedy. It's like,
and you're focusing too much on this lady and her bullshit, or this guy and his bullshit. Yeah, but I like it. I like crowd work. It's becoming like I'm way more comfortable with it, and I look forward to it. It's like one of those things where sometimes you might ask someone, what do you do for a living? Or you change it up like, hey, what's your kink? And they're like, I'm not saying that. Come on, don't be shy. What is it? Is it toes? You eat shit? Talk to me here. Like you just kind of, screw with them. Yeah. I like pulling people out of their comfort zones, you know?
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. So when you think about like I want to try to start, as we start to wrap, like future stuff, like how do you see this working out? I know you said you're big on manifesting and stuff like that. What does like 2026 look for you right now?
I think I'll literally have livable wages, maybe even representation. Maybe I'll be doing comedy in New York, California. Like, I don't even say maybe, I think I will be. I think I'll be making Boston in this area my home base. I just see me branching out more.
Do you find that New York is the Mecca, or is it LA?
Yes. So when I've heard from people who've experienced it, even just dipped the toes in or are doing it now, or friends of mine who just moved there. My friend Janelle Draper is hysterical. She's worked with Leno, Nikki Glaser, Mark Norman. She's back in New York. It's a way different thing. I talked to one of my buddies. He goes, you go to LA, whatever, New York, there's thousands of funny people.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many comics who are ridiculously funny because everyone goes there.
Right. Probably is a bunch of people barking. Just because they want to get on stage.
So that's the thing around here too. People bark for stage time, like the Comedy Studio, which is a great venue in Cambridge. The comics can bark, and instead of getting paid or whatever, you get stage time. Like it's a good way to get up on stage and do that. Like it's New York, I guess. I haven't done it yet. I did the New York Comedy Club right outside the city, but I haven't done the actual occasion.
It's funny. It's called New York Comedy Club in Connecticut,
and there's one in New York.
Yeah,
I just happened to do the stand for Connecticut.
Like, I thought it was wrong.
I was like, I was so close. I could almost stand straight in New York. But like, I know 2026 is me stepping outside my comfort zone even more. And I think I'd like to open for no one in particular, but I'd like to open for bigger names. And you know what I mean? The fact that people even trust me, I've done a lot of hosting. Like I did MGM Springfield. I've been hosting shows, and the fact that people trust me to be the lead car is like an honor. I'm like, oh, you trust me to start your show?
Exactly.
Could go either way. But like that, like I still want to host, but I also want to headline. Like I want to do it all. I want to feature. There's all differences. You could be the one closing the show, the one in the middle, or the one who starts. I like all of it. I think 2026 is just going to have a mixture of all of it.
I'm just to bring it back to the kind of like, not the show focus, but what we talk about here is cannabis a lot. Like, how does cannabis kind of like...
So the other thing I was looking at is I'd like to, like, my friend Annie goes, ask them if they want to sponsor our show December 4th. We have sponsors in the Gloucester. It's called The Cut. And we got this guy, Jeff.
21 plus, we can talk.
I think it might be.
Or it's not 85%, 21. There's regulations, right?
It is. She's like, tell him we'll get radio air with his name and all this. She's like, tell them. I'm laughing like, hey, let me just get in there for us. But like, I kind of want to incorporate cannabis even more. Like someone sponsors a show or a stand-up show I'm doing. Like cannabis is a big part of my life. It was a big part of my late sister's life. It's one of those things where like going forward, like I want to do marijuana shows where people are smoking in the audience. Like there's one I haven't done in Boston yet called King's Comedy or something.
Yeah,
I want to do stuff like that where Like it's always going to be part of who I am. I have jokes about it. Stoned when I get on stage. I try not to put another comic's face. I try not to smoke outside the venue. I try the most part, be respectful, but cannabis going forward is always going to be part of my creativity till my last breath.
Is the green room like one of those sacred places where it's kind of like understood, like, or do people get crazy in the green room sometimes, like drinking or whatever?
Yeah, no, I've never seen anything crazy so far. But like I've been in green rooms like the New York Comic Con place. We had fucking jars of Twizzlers and drinks and everything. Everyone's pretty chill. No one's like out of control. But like some of the comics who are stoners like me, they'll be rolling up like in the venue. I'm like, I think we should probably take this outside. Like, or people hit their pens or take their gummies. Like, I have some stoners I get high with. Going forward, cannabis is going to be a huge part of me because I kind of just want to incorporate it into comedy even more. Like, I just want it to be a part of, it's who I am.
Yeah.
And anyone who knows me knows is like, when is Gary not stoned? Exactly. That's why I'm always creative.
Right.
I'm not saying I can't create not stoned. I'm just telling you my ideas jump. The Snapchat thing, for example, I was so stoned, I saw a cat in a video that looked identical to the cat I had. I did a 6-second cat video and made $95,000. That would have never happened if I was not melted into a couch on indica gummies and a hash infused joint. Wouldn't have happened.
It's amazing.
Do you know what I mean? Like, like when I really got the dot into comedy, I was taking these trips to Maine during the pandemic. We were going to Hazy Hill and all these growers up there in Lone Depot and so I love in Sanford and going to all these places. Cannabis is, I don't know, it's my muse, you know?
Yeah.
I get stoned and I write and
I think it's there's a lot of people who feel very creative. I feel very creative often. But sometimes I will have all these great ideas and I just won't write them down. And within 3 minutes, I'm like, what was I just thinking about? Like, get back to, that was such an amazing idea. I got to get back to it. And I'm like,
I'll give you the best advice.
Please.
And a lot of people don't like to rely on this because they say relying on your memory and your brain is better instead of a reminder. You set a reminder and you follow to do it. And then it becomes habit, like brushing your teeth.
What do you mean?
Writing it down, like reminder, 1 o'clock. I'm going to brainstorm for 20 minutes and write ideas down. Once you start to write them down in your notes, it'll be in your phone and then you'll just keep doing it. Like that's how I do my comic.
Okay.
If I'll be talking to someone the other day. They told me a funny story. They were like, it was a girl. She goes, my friend's ex. This is a quick example. She's like, oh, he showed up and climbed into her balcony when she didn't answer her phone. And she goes, you know what though? I thought like he's Peruvian. He's just passionate. I goes, he's a fucking stalker. Romeo and Juliet, he was passionate. He whistled before he started climbing. I was singing and threw a pebble at the window. I got a joke out of that. Yeah, I wrote it down.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
So
if you have ideas, right away, just write it down.
Yeah. I feel like next time I get stoned, I'm going to have to like.
And don't worry, you might forget that they're there, but that's why you always sit there and remind you, hey, check your notes from yesterday, like at work.
That's one of those funny things. I saw a reel about this on Instagram. That guys got stoned and they were like, we just solved this crazy thing. Like they're writing all this stuff on the whiteboard. They wake up the next day and it says like dinosaur. And it's just like, huh? They like, when we talk
the time.
Yeah.
Some of the jokes I write, I'm like, all right, that was only funny stoned. Because I'll read it the next day. I'm like, all right, so I'll just scratch that one off.
Yeah, exactly.
But there is still, most of my stuff, cannabis, like my best jokes were written under the influence of cannabis. All my best jokes.
Interesting.
All of them.
Yeah, I love that stuff. And, as we wrap, if you had to start over with 0 followers, what would you do? Or what would you do different than what you currently did?
For content?
Yeah, content on the content side.
I would do less rants and I would do more character because I'm like more character based where I like play 2 different characters or I wear different clothes and I'm talking to myself. I would do more like I want to say more relatable everyday stuff. And like you said, not just Boston. I don't think I'm pigeonholed because I do so much sequencing and memes and other stuff where I look at my analytics. Tunisia, Tehran. I'm like, okay, wild. 2% in Tehran. How? Why? I don't question it. You know? I think if I started from 0 followers again, I'd still be myself, but I think I'd focus on more like seriousness, like videographer, characters, inviting other creators. I think I would try to just.
Do you think content has to be polished, like at the producer level polish?
No, but I think if you do it right, a lot of them, it seems so forced. Like, I feel like if it's too polished, it seems forced.
Right.
I feel like if it's handheld, it's better.
You spent so much time on this thing.
Yeah, like even some of the local creators in Boston, like they're doing great work with just an iPhone 16 or 17 in the end. It's not like, Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
but I just want to do sketch. Like I think I'd focus more on sketch or skit to sketch.
Yeah.
I got like with me and my father, I consider those skits. If me and my father did over a minute, I consider that a sketch or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
I want to do like sketch comedy, like a mailman walks in or this, that, like just stuff I grew up on. I think that's what I would do.
I think that's how things are transitioning. I think there's a lot of creators out there that are getting more to the sketch. And one of the things that I was been talking to with my team was that like, it takes production, but a lot of the stuff, I mean, for the last year or so, I just can't stop thinking about the idea of the mini or even like micro story formats where you have a collection of like, you basically shoot for like 30 minutes or whatever, like this really well thought out story or whatever, but every minute is like a reel.
Yeah.
And so it's just like something happens, a new character gets introduced, and it's just like these really ultra short form kind of like mini stories within like a larger story.
Yeah.
It's almost like a soap opera.
You're 100% right, because people like that are the ones who were getting picked for like Saturday Night Live stuff and stuff like that, who were doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you said, that's good
stuff.
It's huge.
Yeah.
That's what I grew up on too, like everything from Living Color to Saturday Night Live to
forget the days.
TV. Like I literally love
so when I was younger, when I was a teenager, I should say, a bunch of my high school friends would get together. We'd do sketches. My buddy had a video camera, and so he just had to set up the video camera. And I was the darkest skinned person, so I played Robin Parrish.
You're the chief.
I was the chief, and there was something about weed. Actually, it was something about weed. So I was like, Robin Parrish. All right, I'll be Robin Parrish in the skit. But it's just funny things like that I remember from my teenage years, being like, because we were doing sketches all the time. We'd go to his house. We were teenagers, so we might have been drinking a little bit. Maybe there's a little bit of weed involved. And it was like, we were just doing sketches and just laughing our asses off.
There's nothing more fun when your friends are riffing like that.
Yeah, it was like wild.
Like the way, with comics, like I'm trying to get more comics to do them with me. Yeah. But it's hard. Everyone has a busy life.
Everyone's so busy now.
Everyone's so busy and there's so much going on. But like, I want more comics to do what I do. Right. Just because they're so funny. And the way I played on the stage will play the content for someone. And I try to tell them that, like, listen, it's a lot of fun too. Yeah. But it's time consuming.
It's time consuming. And I hope those tapes have been burned at this point of all the videos that I'm able to see.
It was Robin Parrish. So bad. Even though you might get canceled on that, I still want to see it.
Well, I wasn't in blackface. No, it's just my own skin color. You know what I mean? Canceled. My own skin color. Cool. As we wrap though, like any parting words, anything you want to give shout outs to? You shout out a bunch of people here, so
no, just follow me on social media. I would just like people to come out to shows and
from Boston 617.
Yeah, please. And I'll be at Nick's Comedy Stop a few times in December. Follow my Instagram. I always promote and just I don't know, I'm just enjoying the ride, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And then any like other like obviously you also potentially also do some writing. Content, stuff like that.
Yeah. So if anyone
if
anyone wants to ever reach out to me, I ghostwrite for creators. Like I don't need the credit. I can just help you or just give you consultations on how to better your social media, stuff like that.
And you do collabs.
And I do collabs. Yeah. Like if I collab with a creator, we don't like pay each other. It's more like let's just drive our own engagement.
Yeah, exactly. Let's borrow our audience.
Yeah. If someone reaches out to me, it's cool, but like, hey, I have this idea and I like it, I'll just go and do it. I don't plan. I'm very spontaneous.
You might as well be, just because it's also, you got to have, this is what I'm trying to tell myself right now, you got to have that year of yes at some point, just be like, I'll do whatever.
That's just what my last year was.
Yes.
Therapy, losing weight, jumping on a stage, like Yes Man. I call it the Yes Man, like that Jim Carrey movie, Yes in that guy's book. Yes to with everything within reason. And I'm trying to do it. And I've done a lot of, for myself out there, going to comedy clubs like your first day at school, like, I don't know anyone, this is going to be weird, but guess what? You're going to wake up one day and be like, should I have done this? And I call the algorithm and stuff like this fishing. You fish for a while, you might only catch 1 or 2 fish. Right? It was worth it. So just keep trying.
But if you keep on putting out content, you're throwing out like 15 fishing lines, one of them's going to hit.
That's why I have like today, I probably have 6 notifications for 6 different videos I put in the last 3 weeks. And I'm like, all right, good.
And it's just you.
Yeah.
You don't have a team like editing. It's just like you're in there all the time.
Just me. So I have like one of these things. I haven't worked a non-traditional job since the end of December 2023 when I quit driving the trolleys, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take this time and try to build, and try to get opportunities. And so far, so good.
Yeah. So in 2026 seems like it's going to be a big year for you.
I'll be moving from the parents' house, hopefully to the shed behind the house by next year.
Exactly. So, once they get some eating plum.
Yeah. That's all I need.
I appreciate your time, Gary. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.